I have destroyed more men than all the wars in the world's history. I have disassembled families. I have wrecked more communities than famine and plague. I will be your friend, your lover, your companion. My affection is indiscriminate. I have made bedfellows of presidents and paupers. But don't try to discard me. I take no prisoners. My power is all-consuming. I am cunning and deceitful. I will make you need me, crave me, and ultimately despise the day you ever laid eyes on me. Don't be fooled. Just when you think you are rid of me, I will remind you of my presence. I am everywhere. I will make you lose everything you value, render you incompetent, bring you to your knees, and ultimately destroy you. You ask who I am. I am addiction. You ask who I am. I am alcoholism. I'm James Earl Jones. I'm proud to present Paper Slippers.
Good morning. My name is Jeff J. I'll be your counselor this morning for this introductory group. I want you to know that I'm also a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, and I've been clean and sober for more than 11 years. So the things that I'll be talking about, I didn't learn out of books. I do have a little bit of experience. I want to welcome all of you here this morning and talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing. It's important that we don't have any cigarettes or coffee so that there's nothing to mask the feelings, nothing to hide behind. We're here to talk about the events that brought us into treatment, about our feelings, about what's going on in the here and now, and what we can do about it. It's important that we all work together. Nobody can recover on their own. I can't fix you. That's why we meet as a group, so that we can support each other, so that we can work together. Now, by way of introduction, I think it'd be good for us to go around the group very quickly and have everyone give their name. Can we start with you?
Do you want my whole name?
Your first name's fine.
My name is Edith.
Brian.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, Sam.
My name is Stanley.
Stanley?
I'm Jesse.
Jesse?
I'm George, and I'm an alcoholic, and I need to be here.
George, I'm glad you made it. Before we get started, I'd just like to know if anybody's been in treatment before. George, great. Really glad you made it back, George. Well, maybe we can take some time now to find out how we all got so lucky to be sitting here today. George, why don't we start with you?
I think I owe it to my next door neighbor. I have been drinking steadily for 2 weeks. I've been yelling and screaming at night, and my next door neighbor probably heard me, and he called my grandson, and my grandson came immediately.
How is he? Hey, he's very messed up. He hasn't eaten in about 3 days, so I thought I'd better call you. Granddad! Granddad! Granddad, it's Eddie! It's Eddie! Grandpa, it's Eddie and Dave.
Grandpa.
I need help.
It'll be okay, Grandpa.
And the look on his face when he saw the
It'll be all right.
condition I was in, I don't want to ever drink again. I want him to see me looking like I looked.
Yes.
Give me a drink. Give me a drink, Eddie, please.
Here you go. Easy, easy now.
Thank you, Eddie. I hope that's my last one, but please get me.
It will be. Come on, it's time to go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital.
Come on. We're gonna get you some help.
You keep drinking like this, you're gonna die.
I have destroyed more men than all the wars in the world's history.
Well,
Need help.
get you to the
We're gonna
hospital,
help
and maybe you have a chance to live.
They took me out to the car, and here I am. I want to get it this time. I'm retired. I'm 70, retired 10 years. My wife died 6. God rest her soul. And that's when my drinking picked up.
You mentioned that you've been in treatment before.
This makes my 3rd time here, sir.
Are you willing to follow through with the program of recovery this time?
This time, I want to do what you tell me to do. If my legs hurt, I can't walk, I tremble, and I want to get it this time. I want to get sober. I want to stay sober.
Well, the first thing you've got to do is put the plug in the jug. You see, this condition is caused by your alcoholism. Alcohol is a poison. It's a toxic substance in our body. Drinking enough for a long enough period of time can break down the nerves and the muscles, and you wind up with myopathy. Not everyone does. I guess you were just lucky. So the first thing we have to do is stop the drinking.
I'm willing. I'm willing. I don't want to ever let my grandson see me in the condition I was in when I came here. And maybe I can go out and help somebody else.
I think that's great, George, but for right now, we need to concentrate on you. Just keep it real simple. Take it one day at a time and concentrate on you. I think it's true that you can help somebody down the road. But for now, it's important that you just learn to work this program and make a commitment to follow through. We've got to be able to follow a program of recovery. Are you willing to do that? This program works, and we can help you.
I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try this time. Really try. I'm willing to try.
That'll work, George. You know, there's nothing like the gift of desperation. Willingness is the key to this program. Having tried and failed, we start to get a little bit of insight. But if we stick with that willingness, the program will always work. Who else would like to share their story with us? How about you, Stan?
Me? All right, I'll talk to you. Nobody else around here seems to want to listen to me. Maybe I can get through to you. There's been a real serious mistake. I don't belong here. I don't have a problem.
Okay.
You understand English, don't you? I said I don't have a problem. I'm not like these other people. I'm a high school history teacher, for God's sakes.
High school history teachers are as susceptible to alcoholism as anyone else, Stan.
Look, let me tell you something. I've heard the stories around here, okay? And I've heard your little shtick. It's great. It's going to work with some of these patients you've got here, but not with me. I'm not like them. I mean, I've still got everything. I haven't lost my house. I haven't lost my job yet. I've got my master's degree. I'm going to be a professor next year at the college here, for God's sakes. I mean, I like to take a drink once in a while. What's the big deal? Who doesn't, right?
From what I understand of the difficulties you've been having, you probably aren't going to make it to a college professor.
Well, and you've probably heard the stories that have been going around school with my principal. class. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday. So if you all have your readouts in front of you, you turn to them, please. We'll start with... Hello, Julie. I'm here to see Ed.
Oh, yes, he's expecting you. You can go right in.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hi, Stanley. Have a seat, please.
All right, Ed.
Stanley, we've got a major problem that we need to discuss, and we've got to come to some conclusion regarding it.
What kind of problem, Ed?
Stanley, you know what kind of problem it is, but I'll remind you, it's an alcoholic problem, and it's affecting your classroom work.
Ed, just because I take a couple of drinks once in a while doesn't make me an alcoholic. Do I look like a drunk?
Bull crap. Stanley, you and I have been friends a long time. You know that you don't have a drink just once in a while, buddy. You've been hitting that bottle really hard.
Ed, you know what it is to try and teach history to a bunch of kids who fall asleep in your class? I mean, you know, it's just, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of tensions. I take a drink once in a while and I make a big deal out of it.
You know that you have a problem. Now, whether you'll admit it or not is the only way that I'm going to be able to tell you that you're going to stay here.
Well, I don't know, Ed, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
What I want you to do is to take advantage of an appointment that we've made for you. And we've made an appointment for you with the Employees Assistance Program, Stanley.
If that's what it takes, I'll do whatever you want, Ed. I mean, I value the job. I don't want to lose my job. I'll cooperate with you 100%, I promise you.
I am cunning and deceitful. I will make you need me, crave me.
Stan, you did have an alcoholic seizure. I've got the notes here from the hospital. You've got to understand how serious this is. Your blood alcohol level has been at such a consistently high point that now when it starts to drop, your body literally seizes up. It's screaming for the alcohol, Stan, and you are in serious danger. This could be fatal.
All right, if you have to know about it. It's a couple of weeks later. There I was in Temple. And I was standing there. God, it seems just like yesterday. Standing there holding the Holy Scriptures, my wife at my side, and in front of my rabbi and in front of my God, and oh, I remember the tears streaming down my wife's face and tears streaming down my face, and I did make a promise that day. I made a promise that I'd never drink again. I just of all the promises I ever made, I really meant to keep that one. I really meant to keep it.
Stan, that's a promise we can help you to keep.
I'm all right. Yeah, well, I've heard this story around here. Let me tell you something. You ever read the Constitution? Yeah, I teach it in school. Did you ever hear of the First Amendment? Of course you did. That First Amendment gives us certain rights. And one of those rights is that I can do what I want with myself, with my own body, without anybody interfering with me. And that's what I intend to do. It's my body. I can do whatever I want.
Does that include the right to kill yourself with alcohol? I really don't remember suicide as being one of the rights in the Constitution.
Bullshit, I'm not hurting anybody. If I drink, it's my business. Who the hell am I hurting?
How about if you have a seizure in a car and you kill 2 other people? What about their rights? What about the rights of your family?
Look, I'm here, okay? I'm going to stay. I'm not leaving. Promised the principal I'd stay. I'm going to stay. Whatever it takes, I'll see it through, okay? That's it.
Well, I guess we've seen a good example of non-compliance now and unwillingness as opposed to the willingness we saw before. And that's what it takes to get sober. Maybe somebody else would like to share their story with us now. Jesse, how about you?
What do you want to know?
Well, how'd you get so lucky to be sitting with all of us here today?
Well, I'm 15, and I'm too young to be here, I think. But my grandmother put me here. She says I have a problem. She says I'm an unfit mother. I'm not. I'm a good mother. I love Justin. I just want him back.
Don't you think it's time to start to take a look at your alcoholism? I understand that you're only 15 years old. But how many more consequences are going to be necessary before you start to take a look at this?
I like to drink. I have a good time with my friends.
Are these the kind of friends that let a mother, a pregnant mother, drink until there's fetal alcohol syndrome in the new child? Are those the kind of good friends we're talking about?
Don't blame this on my friends. It's not their fault.
I don't want to blame them. I want to have you take a look at who you're spending time with.
What do you want me to do, sit at home with my drunk parents?
I realize that things are difficult for you at home. But that's no reason to give up. You've got to work at it. We can't just have you shutting down like you are here in the group. We need to have you speak to us. Maybe you can start by uncrossing your arms.
I asked you, what do you want to know?
The real story.
The real story. Why is everybody looking at me? It's my parents' fault. It's his fault, my father's fault. He's such a bum. He says he lost his job at the plant. I guess my mom felt really sorry for him or something, because ever since then, you know, she started to drink with him.
That's that bum on a motorcycle again. I know it.
I'll talk to her.
Now she's not going out with him.
Calm down.
I'll break every bone in his body.
Down,
No, I'm not calming down. I've had
calm
it.
down.
Where is she?
Care of it.
Where is she?
Jessica, where do you think you're going?
I'm going where I want to go. Away from you.
You're my daughter.
that
You're
way.
my daughter, and you're not going anywhere.
She's not to talk to you that way.
You do what I tell you to do.
No.
You're my daughter.
Get away from me.
No, you're not. You look like a
Quit talking
tramp.
like that. You're not going out with that bum, and that's the end of it. I've had it. Now, listen to me.
You want me to live in this
Yeah.
house? I'll go where I want to go.
I told you.
You
You're
hate it. Leave me alone.
Damn it.
I hate you.
I have disassembled families.
If you live in that farm, you're not coming back.
I'm just doing what I need to do, doing what I want to do. I'm not going to stay home and take care of them. I like to drink. have a good time with my friends. I'm gonna be with my friends. And they don't even like my friends. They're the only ones who care.
I don't do anything right. Nothing. I cannot stand it.
I have normal friends. What, because they wear leather jackets? They're telling me what to do as if they manage their lives perfectly. My mom hits me, my dad hits me. Why should I don't want to be there. Why should I want to be there? I just want my baby back. Am I gonna get him back or what?
I understand from the medical notes that your child was born with fetal alcohol syndrome.
He's just sick.
Jesse, fetal alcohol syndrome is not just sick. We're talking about some very serious birth defects. You know, when you were carrying Justin, you were sharing the same blood, the same nutrients. Fetal alcohol syndrome does not come about because you have a few drinks here and there partying with your friends on the weekends. Your blood alcohol level has to stay consistently high to damage that child. And now, it's really even too early to tell what the extent of that damage could be. There may be cranial problems, learning difficulties, vision problems, growth problems, weight problems, developmental problems.
He's fine. He just coughs.
I know you want to get Justin back, but it's time that you faced up to your alcoholism. There's nothing that we can do until you're willing to put this disease in remission. I know you want your child, but there are things that you're going to have to do. We can't do it for you. We need your help.
I guess I can try, if it'll mean getting Justin back.
It's not enough just to try.
Yes, I'll do anything.
That's what it'll take. It'll take everything that you've got, but it'll give you back everything that you've never had and that you've always wanted. I know we can help you. I think now we should probably move on to some of the other stories of the members of the group. How about you, Sam?
Yeah, I'm Sam. I know I got a problem with drinking too much. I'm partying, too hard. Worked hard, partied hard. That's kind of my motto. And I'm feeling kind of bad. I've just been pushing it too hard.
How long has it been now since you've had a drink?
Since I've been here, I haven't had a drink, and I just been feeling, really, really bad. Been struggling. I can't even shave, I'm shaking bad,
It's going to get better.
I sure hope so.
Have you ever tried to quit drinking before on your own?
Yeah, I've tried a couple times. Last time I was sober for about 4 months, and I went back out because I thought, hey, I found the miracle cure. There is none, though. Got a big paycheck, and, just one drink, that's all it takes. It doesn't matter if you're clean 4 months or 40 years. I've been back out ever since.
How long ago was that?
6 years ago. I've been going strong ever since.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the events that brought you into treatment?
Well, I drive a rig, big truck, and I just, always drinking on the road, and I got, really drunk one time. Well, I got pulled over by the, cops, and I was drinking, you know, and he pulled me down and gave me a DUI. It was my second.
Sir, the reason I'm stopping, I noticed you ran the red light back about 2 miles ago. You've been weaving for approximately 2 miles. Is there anything wrong with your truck?
No, officer.
Do you have any medical problems?
No, officer.
Have you been drinking?
I've had a few.
Okay, at this time I'd like you to recite the ABCs, please.
Sure. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I, K, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, Z.
Okay, sir, at this time I feel like you are impaired and you've had too much to drink. I'd like to have you place your hands on the trailer. You're under arrest for DUI.
Sir, I've just had a few.
Sir, you're under arrest for DUI.
I just had a few.
Yeah. Come on. Place your left hand small your back, please.
I will remind you of my presence. I will be your friend, your companion. I have made bedfellows of presidents and paupers.
Lucky, you know, I'm lucky I'm alive. I'm lucky I didn't kill people out there. Judge said, you know, either treatment or jail. I chose treatment, thank God. Judge saved my life. You know, saved a lot of people's lives. I've been out there a lot of times, you know, drinking and driving that rig.
So it's been more than just one time.
Yeah, I've had 2 DUIs, but, you know, like I said, I should have had 1,000, you know. I was struggling out there, just, you know, always drinking, you know, and just high all the time, you know, just partying.
You're lucky to make it in.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like the judge saved my life, you know. I'm lucky to be alive. Lucky I didn't kill people out there either on the road.
I understand, too, that you're suffering from gastritis.
Yeah, it hurts, man. It's worst heartburn I've ever had.
You're lucky it was just gastritis. Gastritis is caused by the alcohol inflaming the lining of the stomach. But that's only the beginning. From there it can go to pancreatitis, which is incredibly painful. Or you can move on to a bleeding ulcer, and finally esophageal varices. I had a patient die last week of varices. All the blood vessels in your throat burst from the constant inflammation from alcohol. The death is very painful, and there's nothing we can do. So I'm glad you came in now.
I just hope I can make it through.
Are you ready to quit?
Damn right I am. I don't want things to be the way they used to be.
Are you ready to do whatever it's going to take to stay sober?
Yeah, I sure am. I'm willing.
You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been sober. 2 weeks, 2 years, 20 years. It's a cunning, baffling, powerful disease. And it's not something that we can beat on willpower. It's not something that any length of time in sobriety guarantees. That's why we've got to work our program one day at a time and stick with it. Just putting down the drink isn't enough. We've got to work together, and we can help you.
I'm ready to give it a chance. You know.
Good. We're with you, Sam. We're going to do this together.
Thank you. I'm ready to work with you.
Well, we can help you. I know you've got some legal problems, you got some physical problems, but we're going to be there for you. I think it's time now we move on to another story in the group. Brian, how about you?
Where do you want me to start?
Well, why don't you tell us about the events that brought you into treatment?
A long time ago, I knew that there was something wrong with the way that I drank and partied and lived. And I don't know, this is the first day of the treatment setting, or the group setting, but it's been, took me 2 days to realize that I had checked myself in here in one of my blackouts. I had blackouts when I would drink, and it became less and less. As time went on, it became less and less quantity to make the blackout more and more severe.
I want you to realize how serious those blackouts are. I don't know if you understand that only an alcoholic and a drug addict can even have blackouts. Normal people just pass out. Their blood alcohol level gets to a certain point, and they're out cold. An alcoholic, though, will have an alcohol-induced amnesia. They won't remember. They'll lose that memory completely. They'll lose a lot of their higher brain functions. They're literally suffering brain damage as a result of alcoholism. Every time you've blacked out, that's what's going on.
I should have been here a long time ago then. You know, I mean, I had the drinking and drugging and partying and everything was kind of part of my job. And I traveled and was in the medical business, and I was making a lot of money, and it was more important to me at the end to drink and drug than to make the money that made it possible to drink and drug. And I looked good, and people thought, I mean, I dressed well and drove a nice car and had a boat captain and did everything that, you know, that it looked like it was normal.
Why don't you go up to the liquor store and pick up like a bottle of rum and a bottle of vodka or something, okay? That should cover it. All right?
I'll be right back.
All right, we're getting ready to go, so hustle up. Okay. All right, we're ready to go, guys. All right.
Let's go.
All right, I sent him up to the liquor store. We'll start with these. One for you.
Thank you.
Cold one? Cold one, please.
I want the coldest one.
The coldest one? All right, we got that coming up. He should be back in about 5 minutes. The store's right around the corner. There you go, babe.
Thank you.
Joe?
Cheers. Cheers.
All right, ladies. Well, here's to a good week's work. And we'll go out for a boat ride and get a little dinner tonight.
The boat's gorgeous.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thanks. Well, here we are.
Thank you.
I told you we're going to come out and go out. We'll go out and do a little boating, a little partying.
This is really.
You been busy down at the hospital?
That's why I was looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going crazy.
Now, we were down there and we did a couple cases yesterday and got 2 tomorrow. But we don't have anything tonight. You want to do a little partying right now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, why don't we go inside and we'll do
But
that.
I wasn't invisible, you know. People saw that something was really wrong. There was a problem that was, I mean, and it's hard to deal with. It's hard to face up to it.
What's gonna go? Do you guys know what's going on? I think I should say something to him. I know he's gonna get mad, but it's out of control.
36 hours, no sleep, nothing to eat.
Nothing to eat.
Well, he looks thin. He looks like hell.
That's the way Brian is. Brian's always gone a little, you know, harder and faster than everyone else. I mean, that's always the way it's been. We just blow it off saying, you know, that's Brian, but, you know, you can't stop him. I can't stop him.
All right. You guys ready? Here's Robert. We got some booze.
Materially, I wasn't losing anything, you know, and so I looked okay. I mean, I could clean myself up and get looking like I was all right, but I was dying on the inside. About a week ago, I found myself pleading on the telephone, and
Is John there? John, Brian, I need to come by there right now, okay? Now, come on, John. Don't cut me off on it right this time. I'll be there in 10 minutes. John. Damn it.
And I was sitting on the couch. My dealers wouldn't talk to me. I couldn't call in any old favors.
Mike, it's Brian Newman. Yeah, I can be there in 10 minutes. Come on, you can wait 10 minutes for me. I give you... Mike, come on. My girlfriend left, you know, said that I'd really gotten to the bottom, what she considered the bottom. You going someplace?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Why?
Because you're pathetic. I just heard that entire conversation, Brian.
Yeah, I don't need Mike. I don't need you.
You don't need Mike? Oh, you don't need me
I don't need you either. Why don't you get out of here?
I am leaving.
Just
I'm out
go.
of here. You're an alcoholic, you're a drug addict, and you need help. When are you going to realize?
Hey, listen, I party a little bit.
No,
too
not
much
a
this
little
week,
bit.
you
No,
know.
it's all the time, and I'm out of here.
Just
I'm
go.
sick of it.
Just get out of here
am.
then. Go. I've
I'm
had it
gone.
with you. I don't need to see you around here anymore.
I will
Don't
make
come
you
back
lose
either, all right?
everything you value, render you incompetent, bring you to your knees, and ultimately destroy you.
I cleaned myself up a little bit, and this is after 2 or 3 days of binging, and then I left the house, and that was Tuesday a week ago, and I ended up here. I can only presume that that I did my usual thing. I probably ended up down and, you know, went through Cracktown, and I don't know exactly what I did for those days, but
I understand.
I ended up on the address or something, and I ended up at the front door. I looked out the window day before yesterday. My car's out there, so I drove myself here. You know, I don't think I had no more friends left to drive me. I had exhausted everybody.
You know, there's a lot of false stereotypes about alcoholism and alcoholics. You don't have to be an unfortunate living under a bridge to qualify. The vast majority of people with our problem have homes and cars and families and mortgages. They go to work every day. But it's that emptiness inside, the desperation, the fear that finally brings us to our bottom, causes us to reach out for help. I think you've finally reached that bottom. You've got to believe in yourself and believe in us. You know, before we put our faith in boat captains, drug dealers, bankers, lawyers, now it's time to put our faith in something that's really going to help us, in something that's going to make a difference in our life. I think you can do that.
I could be ready.
I know that you have problems with commitments, but this commitment could save your life. Brian, I've got to have a yes from you. Are you ready to make a decision?
Yeah, yes.
I know that commitments are difficult for you, but this commitment can save your life. That'll work. You know, making that decision is half the battle. Once we've really decided, we can make it. Well, Edith, I guess we've come down to you. Would you like to share with us how you got here?
I don't have to talk to you.
No, you sure don't. But I'd love to know how you got to be sitting with us today.
I don't have to tell you anything, and I don't want to. I don't belong here. He's sitting here talking about cocaine. I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it looks like. Crack houses. And this one's been arrested. And I've never been arrested. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. And that man's had seizures, and this girl and her alcohol fetal syndrome baby and all that stuff. And this, I don't have anything like that. This poor black man and his grandson, I don't even have any grandchildren. I don't belong in this place. I shouldn't be here.
Maybe you could start by just uncrossing your arms and legs and let us in a little bit.
I don't want to be here. I didn't want to come anyway.
I understand that, Edith. But maybe you can start by just telling us about the events that brought you into treatment.
I don't want to be here. And was that daughter of mine, that brat, and that no-good son-in-law. They brought me here. I didn't want to come. I don't belong with these people. I shouldn't be here. I don't know anything about what you all are talking about, all this stuff. I've never lived like that.
Mom? Mom? I know you're in there. Come on, Mom. Open the door. Mom? Come on, Mom.
What's going on?
Oh, Harry, she's at it again. I've been trying to call her from the office. She won't answer the phone. I can't get in.
I've got the key.
Great. Mom? Mom? Mom?
Oh, Susie, what are you doing here?
Mom?
Why'd you bring him?
We're here to help you.
I don't want him here.
We're here to help.
Susie, make him go away.
Mom? Mom?
I don't like him.
Mom, this is it. It's got to stop, Mom.
I don't
Mother.
want him here.
Oh, God. Mom, look.
No.
Look here.
Oh,
Look at your head, Mom. What did you do to your head? Mom, what did you do to your head?
Oh, my baby girl.
Mom?
You're my little baby.
Mom, come on. This is it.
You're my little girl.
Mom, you can't do this. I won't let you do this
I
anymore.
don't want him.
Come on, Harry. Come on.
No.
Come on.
No, I don't want to go with
All right,
him.
come on, Mom.
I don't want to go with him. I don't want to. No.
Don't be fooled. I am everywhere. My power is all-consuming.
I don't know anything about all that stuff. I'll tell you what you want. If you want to know about what's happened to me, I've worked all my life. I had to. I had to raise my daughter by myself, and I had to go to work, and her father left us, and I worked for the same man. For 28 years, I worked for him. I wasted my life. I wasted my life working for him. I ran that law firm. That's what I did. Did everything for him. I was always there. I always did everything. I even bought presents for his kids, for their birthdays, for his wife, for their anniversary. I had to remind him of everything. I even wrote the briefs. He wouldn't have had a law practice if it hadn't been for me. And then what happens? He dies. Just dies on me. Just one day, just over the weekend, and I walk in there on a Monday morning, and there he was. Just a note on the door, how to get to the funeral home. No nothing, no telephone call from the family, nothing. And that was the end of it. No pension, no profit sharing plan. Where do you go get a job at 52 years old? Yeah, I drank a little bit after that.
How long ago was that, Edith?
4 years ago. Well, what, I don't have that much else to do. I'm not drinking that bad anyway. It's not like anybody else. It's just like everybody else drinks. It's not like these people. I told you I ain't had all that stuff happen to me.
Edith.
My daughter doesn't have alcohol fetal syndrome.
I spoke with your daughter, Edith. She found you in your apartment on the couch, nearly unconscious. There were 7 empty bottles of liquor on the floor.
Well, I didn't know they were coming over there.
I don't think that your drinking is just like everyone else's. It's gotten to the point where you can't function anymore. Your liver is shutting down. The levels of alcohol in your body have been so toxic that they're destroying the liver. That's why your skin is turning so yellow. Your liver can't metabolize everything that it needs to anymore. It's dying. This disease is going to kill you. It's time for you to stop and take a look at your alcoholism.
If I quit drinking, will my skin get a different color?
Yes. If you stop drinking now, it'll get better. Slowly. But there's still time. I realize that a lot of difficult things happen to you, and things that you didn't have any control over. But we can't bring back the lawyer, the old employer, the pension that never happened. You still have to take responsibility for yourself today. This is the only thing that we have control over. What happened to you happened years ago now, Edith. But today you're in trouble. You're sick. We want to help you to get well. We can work with you. But we need you to join the group. Are you willing to work with us?
I don't want to be here. I don't want to. I don't think I should be.
How about giving it 24 more hours? Can you make that much of a commitment?
I don't have any choice, do I? I'm here. I don't want to be here.
Can you give us just 24 hours? Just one day that you'll really try?
If I have to.
Great. That'll work. Well, I think everybody's made a good start today. But it's just a start. We've got to carry this through. And believe me, if it can work for me, it can work for anyone. I'll see everyone tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch Paper Slippers. As shocking as these stories may seem, they are real. When you take a magnifying glass and examine the life of an alcoholic, fact is usually stranger than fiction. Be honest. Did anything seem familiar? Did you recognize yourself? If so, it's time for help. There are plenty of recovery programs and people waiting to help you. All you have to do is ask. The biggest misconception among alcoholics is that we are alone. Not so. There are literally millions of alcoholics who have found a better way of living and want to pay back the miracle by helping you. Where do you begin? Why not start with the person who gave you this tape? They must have cared enough to ask you to watch it. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired and are willing to change, recovery offers a whole new way of life. Just don't wait too long. Time is not on your side. Be brave. Take the first steps. Find recovery and begin a better tomorrow today. I have wrecked more communities than famine and plague. I will be your friend, your companion, your lover. But I can be beaten. There is a way, there is hope. Your spirit can be reclaimed. Your future is yours, not mine.
For years I was lost, I wandered alone. My life was a desert where nothing would grow. I went with the wind, with no thought in mind. Never really cared about the end of the line. With the help of the Lord, I have found my way home, living one day at a time. With you by my side, one day at a time. If you feel that you're scared and you can't go on, I'll come stand by your side, you're never alone. With the help of the Lord, you'll find your way home. Just reach out your hand, you're never alone. With the help of the Lord, I have found my way home, living one day at a time. With you by my side, one day at a time. Now I look back and wonder how far I have come. I was beaten and scared, but nowhere to run. Now I hold my head high to the warmth of the sun. I live life as it comes, one day at a time. With the help of the Lord, I have found my way home, living one day at a time. With you by my side, one day at a time. Some help from my friends, one day at a time. The Lord by my side, one day at a time.